Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Smith's Jets going up against Manning's Giants. With that, let's get up to MetLife Stadium as we welcome in our guys, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New York Jets and their inner-city rivals, the New York Giants. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. They'll put two receivers left, two to the right. Hackenberg on first down. He completes it to Peak. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Hackenberg looks to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Second down, Hackenberg. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
All right, say it with me now. There are a lot of different words we can come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep.
Wiley. Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continue to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. Back deep is Dwayne Harris here. This is Harris. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Manning. They go screenplay with Jennings. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. They go play action for Jennings. Now Manning. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, David Harris. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom, landed. No, check, Patriot. Detroit.
Following the interception, here's Hackenberg. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
First carry for Matt Forte. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And now the offense operates in the red zone.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
First down, Hackenberg. And he rifles one incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And on 2nd and 10 now. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Now, check, Patriot.
On 2nd down, Hackenberg again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And we look now at the defense for the Giants.
Jonathan Hankins is a run-stuffing defensive tackle who creates a pile-up with each and every snap.
And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd. On 3rd down, Hackenberg. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Bengal, Leon Hall. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt it.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And Incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Hackenberg from the gun on third. He's got a man open. That's Marshall. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Hackenberg now. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Again, it's Hackenberg. And that's incomplete.
Now let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. Because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The New York set to take the field. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. A great read. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown.
Partner, I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes guys who are built with the dimension of linebackers can actually get lost from sight by the quarterback.
Well, they're usually not the tallest guys.
So, yeah, that allows them sometimes to kind of hide down in there, kind of get a little bit lower, and maybe he just never saw him. But, boy, he sure wishes he had. He picked it off and ran it all the way back for a touchdown.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And New York set to take the field. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. To throw is Manning. Caught. It's Cruz, left side. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Manning to throw on second down. They go screen play with Jennings. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it third down.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Here's the former 7th-round pick, Rashad Jennings. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to run. It's Jennings. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, 2 quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Smith's Jets going up against Kaepernick's 49ers. And with that, we're off to Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, as that's where we'll find our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New York Jets and the San Francisco 49ers. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Hackenberg on 1st down. But it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They're never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Let's go!
Hackenberg on 2nd down. Over the middle to Smith. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Green 39!
Hackenberg from the gun on 3rd. That one complete to Anderson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. We saw 5 receivers out there, third down from that distance. You had to think quick pass. They were able to get it done.
No doubt about it. Everything went quickly on that play. The processing, getting the ball out, getting it to the proper target, and picking up the first down. Hard to defend. Maybe your only hope is get your hands in the passing lane on the pass rush and try and bat it away.
Now Hackenberg sets up the screen to Forte. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. A dump off to Forte. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Let's go. Green, 39. Gone.
They'll throw again. Hackenberg. Peek's got it over the middle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Red zone opportunity. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. To the air again, Hackenberg. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
Again, it's Hackenberg. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Their big-bodied receiver. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. And his first pass is incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's second down. The starting 11 on your screen now, and the one we discuss is Torrey Smith.
You would do worse than to just call long pass plays and throw it to Torrey Smith. He can certainly take the top off of any defense.
Kaepernick will try again on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Uh-oh, Charles. Now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary. Very key here in this one.
Yeah, you have to cut me off because, you know, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers.
On third and long, it's Kaepernick. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
We all know how important momentum is in a game, and when an offense decides to take a deep shot downfield, they're trying to create a big play and put doubt in the defense's mind the rest of the ball game. And in this case, the defense won the battle, batted the ball away deep downfield. So guess what? The momentum now quickly shifted from the offense taking the shot to the defense knocking it away, and now they feel like they might be in control.
And New York set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
And that is incomplete. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Ahmad Brooks came out of the University of Virginia with speed as the #1 part of his game. But since then, he's gotten stronger at the point of attack.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Third and long for Hackenberg. Taking a shot here from... He's got him in. Complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. That goes for a gain of 31. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And now a first down following that long gain. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Hackenberg on first down. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now, Carlos Hyde had missed the previous 2 games with a shoulder injury coming into Week 10, and nowhere to run in Week 10. Just 14 yards on 13 carries.
And that is so uncharacteristic of numbers Carlos Hyde would normally put up, especially in a Chip Kelly-coached offense. Because one more time, let me just reiterate this. It is a run-first offense. Everyone talks about how fast they go. They're not doing it to throw it around. They're doing it to run the ball and set up play action. And Carlos Hyde just couldn't get going.
On second down, here's Kaepernick. And that is incomplete here. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Kaepernick. Smith catches left side. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On first and 10, here's Kaepernick. He's got Smith here. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now Kaepernick. He was looking for Quentin Patton that time, and that'll bring up second down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. To throw, Kaepernick. And this one complete to Smith. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Kaepernick now on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch. But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Kaepernick to throw again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And really, Charles, a great job by the defender there to get a hand on the pigskin.
Just as the ball arrived, the defender swatted it away.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Bruce Carter with a pick. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And that'll be incomplete. All right, partner, I want to check in on a talking point we had week 1. Dark horse playoff contenders. You threw out Oakland and Jacksonville. Oakland's still looking good.
But they're living up to it, tied for first in the AFC West. How about Jacksonville? Really struggling right now at 2-7. I don't know what they're going to do to pump things up. But how about the NFC West? The Rams said they weren't going to be 7-9 this year. They're 4-5, but they need to make their push starting right now. And no one talked about Detroit in the preseason. Matthew Stafford and the Lions are 5-4 and ahead in the NFC North.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. On 3rd down, Hackenberg. Looking for the speedy Smith, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Hey, 91! Hey, 91! Monday.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On 2nd down, Hyde. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Carlos Hyde. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And New York set to take the field. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A dump off to Forte. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down. Seven yards to go on second down. Second down, Hackenberg. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Hackenberg from the gun on third. And he's got a noon one. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Hackenberg on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And some space here. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Again, it's Hyde. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On third and long, it's Kaepernick surveying the field. This will be caught at about the 5. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. From the 2-yard line now, it's first and goal. A loss of... Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second down, here's Kaepernick. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. From the gun on third down, Kaepernick dancing to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean, they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
The Niners call on Phil Dawson now for the field goal try on fourth down. And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Let's go. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, Hackenberg finding time. He's going to look. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grabbed the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to them about calming down, taking it easy. We've got a whole second half, but use the way we finished the first one to start the second.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Caught outright by Patton. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
91.
Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. Going for the deep ball. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot. A short game that doesn't get him the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
They'll come out in the pistol. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Here's Hackenberg. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Devin Smith, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Following the interception, here's Hackenberg. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they scored a touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Kaepernick looking to throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Hackenberg on 2nd down. Sets up the screen to Forte. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. A first down throw for Hackenberg. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. Second down. Second down now after the incompletion.
Here we go now. Green.
On second down, Hackenberg again. He completes it to Peak. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Third down now following the completed pass.
Watch it, Leopard. Leopard. Set. Blue landed. Blue landed.
Again, it's Hackenberg. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Kellen Davis from 19 yards away. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Couple of Jets there in on the stop. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And the wideout in motion. On second down, here's Kaepernick. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Jeremy Curley, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
And able to find Curley. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And going over the middle here to Curley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Kaepernick now on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Following the interception, here's Hackenberg. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And he's brought down after a good gain. So the offense has it first and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On first and 10, Hackenberg. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Hackenberg on second down. Dumps off to Powell. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's third down. Now defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Set, blue landing. Blue landing. All right, now
third down. Hackenberg underneath to Spiller. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot.
They come up in an offset eye.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Leopard.
Hackenberg looking to throw for it on fourth. Dumps it off for Spiller. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one good for 21 yards. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a first and goal. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Hurry up. Here we go. Detroit.
Again, it's Hackenberg. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his third pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39.
They'll throw again. Hackenberg. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it a gain of 3. And that is going to set up third and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. So an extra defensive back on the field. They need a stop here on third and goal. Third and goal. Hackenberg. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Folk's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the fourth.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Back to the air on second down. It's Kaepernick. He's got time. Now he'll escape to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Well, it was second and long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Kaepernick now on third and goal. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Kaepernick will try again on second down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Usually when we talk about concentration and catching the ball, it's about the receiver. In this case, it's the defender who had the great focus knocking it away.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Here's Kaepernick. It's caught. Patton. And he's brought down after a good gain. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play. One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Bruce Carter with a pick. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field.